It's going to be a very emotional day for everybody associated with the football club who's got love in their heart for the football club, because this was a beloved player.
Yeah, it was more than a player, it was a part of our family. And I think some people give and then some people give a little bit more. And Pav gave a little bit more. And everybody talked to and everybody signed the book of condolences said if they asked us something, he'd just go that extra mile.
I mean, obviously this is essentially your job, but I'm sure this will be a special day for yourself as well.
Yeah, I'm unnerved as well because, lots of people are coming and you just want it to go well for somebody. And it's a tribute to us from Newcastle to him. His family will see it all over in the Czech Republic. So for us, it's kind of saying how much we care for him here to go over there. So of course we want it to go well.
The loss obviously has been a terrible shock and nobody could take away from that, but the outpouring of grief and affection for Pavel, yeah. I think has been marvellous, hasn't it?
Yeah, I think if someone cares for you, you care for them back, and if you love someone, you want to love them back, and we've taken him to his heart. I'm a stranger in this land as well. For 26, he was a stranger in this land. We welcomed him and we appreciate it, and he really appreciated it.
It seemed in some way appropriate that after a minute's applause last night before the match, that the crowd almost kept applauding for the next 90 minutes as well.
Oh yeah, that's right. It was kind of exciting times and it was exciting things to happen, and for many of us it lifted our hearts really. I mean, it's such a sad time, so you want happiness as well, and life's mixed, and the reading today will be about that mixed life. Times to be sad, times to be happy, and he knew all about that as well as a goalkeeper, of course. Good times, bad times, and so we just remember that today.
It feels like something like this needed to happen.
Very much so. Pavel is a Geordie. I think that's where it all stems from. Me, I was his friend, I was his agent, but he was my idol. A Newcastle United entertainer, somebody who I paid to watch in a fantastic team, and somebody who essentially, I was proud to call a friend. And I think that feeling is something which spills out not just from, my heart, but from the thousands of Newcastle fans up and down, the country and across the world. And I think there's a lot of people who would love to be here today. And I think it is the right thing to do. We need to be able to say goodbye to somebody who gave us so much pleasure as a player and as a person.
I think for everybody, the family, the fans, people who are close to Pavel, whilst the sadness can never be taken away, the outpouring of grief and affection has been marvellous to see.
It has, yeah. I mean, for me to travel over with the Srnicek 7 to the Czech Republic, it was a chance for us to really, shed our grief. And I think we need to be strong today and help Newcastle as a city deal with the loss of one of their own. And I think, the outpouring of grief has been special. I think the social media side of things certainly enhances that. I think the various designs that have been made by people, the JPEGs, the poems that have been sent, the eulogies that have been written, the articles that have been written by various people on various blogs have all touched the family's hearts. And, we've passed every single one of those on. I walked into the office today to find hundreds of cards dedicated to the Srnicek family, sent to the Srnicek family. So the outpouring of grief has been on a big scale. And I took Milan up to see the shrine, if you like, at the St James's Park, the Alder and Sweeney shrine, and he was just amazed at the cards, the flowers, the strips that were lying there. So that has helped him with the grieving process immensely, and it was the right thing for us to bring Milan here to see the warmth, love and affection that is here for all to see for Pavel Srnicek on Tyneside.
Amid the terrible shock and the terrible grief, how uplifting has it been to see all the love come from Tyneside for Pavel?
It's been amazing. Not just Tyneside, I've just been in the church there, and there's a lady in a Sunderland shirt as well. It just shows you, Pav had an effect on everybody in the region as well. But yeah, it's been incredible. I mean, we went over to the Czech Republic. He's got a wonderful family, great set of friends, but he's got more friends here. This city, this club, the people really took to Pav, and the big thing is he took to them as well, which will be reflected not just today, but as you said, in that warmth of feeling towards what unfortunately has happened.
I'm delighted this is happening. It feels like something like this needed to happen.
Yeah, I have to credit Steve and the Reverend for putting this on. It was an epic journey to get over there, and I'm pleased I went. And I'm sure a lot more people would have gone over to his hometown, but for a 4-day trip. So it's only fitting that something like this happens in the shadow of St James's Park, and that no doubt the turnout. I mean, it's filling up there with an hour to go. The turnout will be significant. which will be right for what was a great man.
And for you, obviously very personal, very sad, but are you proud to be able to get up there and speak about your friend today?
Yes, I am. It gives me an opportunity to say goodbye. We said it over there, but it gives me an opportunity to say thank you and farewell, and tell a few things over what's happened over the years, and a little bit about we went over there as well. But yeah, it's a big chance to say one final farewell.
Good man, thank you.
So first of all, what does it mean to you, today's occasion?
Chci se zeptat, co to pro tebe dneska znamená, tady tahle událost.
Je to asi to nejvíc, co může být.
This is the biggest it could be, the very hard situation, one of the worst in his life.
Your special memories of your brother, what kind of man was he?
Jaké máš speciální vzpomínky na něho, které bys mohl sdělit?
Nemůžu, nejde to.
It's very hard. He can't. It's very hard to say anything because he is very frustrated.
There will be hundreds here today. There were tens of thousands yesterday who paid tribute in that minute's applause. You can see what Pavel meant to the fans. That must be very special for you.
Včera, jak jsme byli na tom zápase, tak v podstatě tam bylo tisíce lidí, kteří vzdávali hold Pavlovi. Jak jsi to cítil?
A vzdávat budou samozřejmě.
Samozřejmě budou.
Že to byl můj nejsilnější zážitek za posledních 12 dnů.
It was the strongest experience within this 12-14 days. The very big support for Milan.
And I guess you wish to pay thanks to the many people who have organised this today.
Jestli bys chtěl říct v podstatě nebo poděkovat lidem za to, co zorganizovali tady pro tento den.
Chtěl, ale momentálně to nejsem schopný nějakým způsobem formulovat.
Obviously he would like to say and thank all of everybody because yesterday was fantastic, but this is emotional, so it's a problem.
Very hard to say anything.
I think we're fine. Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Pavel's a close friend of mine for 24 years. He always lives a lot. Take you guys and we'll get you a gift. I'll take it.
I am the Reverend Campbell Evans, chaplain at Newcastle United, and Steve had asked to put this service on for Pavel, his friend.
víc hvězd, chceš, ať mě střeží, abych se nestratil.
We got the mic.
I think you know and I know he was just one of the nicest men there ever is, and it just don't make sense sometimes. But you know, I think if there's ever a way to send someone off and just be remembered, I think that's as good as it can be.
It's not surprising, but it's great to see so many old faces here today. People have come from all over the world, all over the country to be here, and that tells you what a nice, genuine, humble, honest, hard-working professional Pav was, and he was great to be around.
It's a time of terrible sadness for all his family, all his teammates, but the emotion that's been shown from fans and from his teammates is quite uplifting, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing. He was an amazing guy. Not just was he a great goalie, he was a great guy, and I think you can see by the people in Newcastle loved him. He certainly loved the area, and it's a huge loss. 47's it's no age. I'm 49. It's unbelievable. It's one of those things you can't explain.
You know, he was special. There's no doubt about that. I know we always say that. Sadly, when somebody loses their life, we always say they're special. But Pav definitely was special, and sadly missed.
So John, he really was one of a kind, wasn't he?
He was. When I bought the club, he was here, and with Kevin, and they made him the first choice goalkeeper. He was a great goalkeeper, great stopper, remember. But he was a great person, a great personality. Easy to get on with. Some footballers are very difficult, but not Pav. Pav and his family were tremendous. We became very close friends, and I couldn't understand him at times when he was trying to, speak to Geordie. But no, more than that, we've all lost a good friend, we've all lost a good footballer, a goalkeeper, and he loved this region. And the song, Pavel's a Geordie, was very, very true. I think he would have settled here, and he wouldn't have gone back to Czechoslovakia. But I just remember for that, and I think he was a great asset to the club. And I just remember he's a very, very true and loyal friend, and a kind person.
The talk is of new management, but today an old friend was back in town. Pavel Srnicek's now Sparta Prague's goalkeeping coach in his native Czech Republic. But a generation ago, when Keegan was putting together the team they called the Entertainers and fashion designers were having fun with goalkeeping tops, Srnicek was a local hero. He and his family loved Newcastle, and Newcastle loved them. So is Pavel still a Geordie at heart?
I think this is I'll stay that forever, because I've got a lot of fantastic memories with this club and the people here and everybody. So, people say Pavel is a Geordie, so I think I'll stay forever Geordie.
So will Steve McLaren be a Geordie? The smart money says yes, because finally the timing's right. Earlier Magpie flirtations failed, but things are different now. Newcastle survived their Premier League scare. McLaren didn't survive his failed promotion push at Derby. The former Borough boss has had his hits and misses, but he does boast international and European experience, which Srnicek thinks is in McLaren's favour.
He's a coach who's been the English coach and had experience with it, being coaching abroad in Europe, so which is I think would be advantage for him. Also because it's so many foreigner players in a club. If Newcastle decided to go for the coach, hopefully it will be the right and good choice.
Last season's fall guy John Carver is expected to stay on the Newcastle coaching staff, as is goalkeeping coach Andy Woodman. But if the Magpies are ever looking for a different keeper coach, well, Pav's up for it.
Obviously I didn't come for a job, but for the first time when I left Newcastle, I would love to come back, and be maybe one day part of it and coaching and maybe give something back to the club where I've been so happy.
Truth is, Newcastle's future remains firmly up in the air after a rotten season on and off the pitch. But one of the heroes of the past is hoping the Magpies find a way to get it right this time. Pavel was a Geordie, and Pavel was loved, as a footballer, as a man. They came to say farewell to one of their own, his teammates, the entertainers, his fans, his adopted people.
Yeah, it was more than a player, it was a part of our family. And I think some people give and then some people give a little bit more. And Pav gave a little bit more.
I think it is the right thing to do. We need to be able to say goodbye to somebody who gave us so much pleasure as a player and as a person.
These were pictures from a black and white scrapbook, but a fellow goalkeeper, Sunderland's Jimmy Montgomery, showed this is a loss felt way beyond Tyneside. And today the sadness was genuine, the warmth and affection uplifting, and appreciated by Pavel's brother, who travelled from the Czech Republic to be here.
It was the strongest experience within this 12-14 days. The very big support.
He's got a wonderful family, a great set of friends, but he's got more friends here. This city, this club, the people really took to Pav, and the big thing is he took to them as well.
Steve Harper spoke emotionally during the service, so did Steve Wraith, Pav's agent and friend. And afterwards, those who shared the best of times with Pavel Srnicek at St James's Park during those golden years spoke of the loss of their friend.
What a nice, genuine, humble, honest, hard-working professional Pav was, and he was great to be around.
One of the nicest men there ever is, and it just don't make sense sometimes, but I think if there's ever a way to send someone off and just be remembered, I think that's as good as it can be.
He was an amazing guy. He was not just was he a great goalie, he was a great guy, and I think you can see by the people in Newcastle loved him. He certainly loved the area.
A great personality, easy to get on with. Some footballers are very difficult, but not Pav. Pav and his family were tremendous. We became very close friends.
He was special, there's no doubt about that. I know we always say that. Sadly, when somebody loses their life, we always say they're special, but Pav definitely was special and sadly missed.
Pavel Srnicek died aged just 47. He loved Newcastle. Today Newcastle came out to show how much it loved him.